What sort of skills did these early pioneers bring with them?
You'd given any one of my uncles an axe and a paling knife, and they would build a house. The only thing they brought in was glass.
Oh, yes.
The windows.
Yes.
They even made their own, split the stuff for the doors. And the floors were all slabs sometimes that wide. And they were laid on, and they were all out smooth. They had, if they had any covering on them, they had rugs made from cotton.
John Ebel's house is still standing opposite the golf course today, and it looks really, I suppose, the same as it did when he built it. Did he actually split the timber for that?
Did that himself, did he?
No, I think if I remember rightly, Mum's brother George was a builder, and I think he built it.
He split the timber for
No, he would possibly, the Holdens possibly split it, I don't know. Or Dad might have split some of it. I don't know.
All people who settled over Olinda were ex-miners.
Oh, no, I didn't know that.
That's what made them more capable of doing hard work than because it used to sinking shafts.
Yes.
There's been a bit of gold mined round the other side, of course.
Yes.
And there is a reef going down into Sasswest Creek. My father and uncles mined there in the early days.
Yes.
And they could get what they call tucker gold. They could get enough to live on, not enough to make a fortune.
Yeah.
What crops did the pioneers have at first?
Well, the early days of they grew potatoes. When they cleared land, they put in potatoes, and they sowed it to grass, and they tried to run cattle mainly. I don't think they bothered much with sheep, but cattle. The very early ones, the documents relating to the applications for licence and lease in the 70s don't mention berries.
What sort of men were these early pioneers, Jack?
They'd be extraordinary men now, but they were ordinary men of those days, because the men of those days were enterprising, they were energetic, and they had a drive in them that very few people have got nowadays. They drive, that they had a vision. Their minds were full of the future and full of doing of events and what they could do and where they could go, and they wouldn't accept. Well, as the saying goes, wouldn't accept no for an answer. They'd bridge all chasms and all difficulties they'd slay.
Yes.
But otherwise, they were just ordinary, plain, common garden variety of men.
Yes, times must have been very hard, Iris. But they did have some fun too, didn't they?
Well, my mother said, although, you know, they didn't have much in those days because she said everybody was in the same boat. And she said they were all great friends, and if they wanted to have an evening, they'd turn out all their furniture and they'd have a dance, you know. And see, they were all, and we used to have school concerts, and my mum used to recite and Dad used to sing, and they got quite a good program up, because my uncle, he had a lovely voice really, a baritone voice, more like Peter Dawson's voice, you know. And then there was another family, the Ewans, they all had nice voices. So, you know, it's marvellous what they did.
Yeah. Who was your uncle,
Mr. Arthur Dory.
Oh, yes.
They lived on Falls Road, but over Mount Dandenong. See, because Falls Road goes past St Michael's, you know, Mount Dandenong, and it's just here by St Matthew's. Funny, it's got a church each end, I think. So that, oh yes, so...
So you made your own, well, you had
Well,
to
I
make your
had
own.
to make your own fun, of course you did.
Yeah.
Well, then, of course, as later on, then we, well, I think we were really the first ones to collect for mechanics because we were in the guest house, the hospice, and my elder sister was a very nice dancer, and we used to let our dining room. The first winter we were there because we were not very busy, and we used to have a learner's night on a Tuesday night, and then we sort of formed a little club. It was only a shilling a member, I think, in those days. And we collected, I think, £25 would be, of course. And we gave that over to Mr. Jackdaw to start the mechanics. One time they wanted to have the, at the back of the central store, because one time they used to have a sports. Did Alan ever tell you about that in Olinda? A sports meeting.
Street, in the main street.
Yes, this is the back of the newsagent shop now. And we used to have we used to have about 400 come to that. I've got a photo of Dad shopping. He went into the shop.
Yes.
And I have got my brother too went in when he was only young. He was, I think he was 12, I think, or something. And he won his heat, you know. And I think he beat Reg Lyons.
Ronnie Jack, back in the, say, the 90s, was the period when the settlers came after and during the Depression. What did they do for entertainment or society functions? Did they act as a society, or did they just...
Well, I'll tell you one experience I had. It would be in pretty close to that same period of the motor car. It might have been a little earlier, it might have been in 1909. But there was a party on at a house, half a mile away, and it must have been in spring or at any time there was wettish weather, or as is quite common on the mountain, there was cloud, mist. Anyhow, I went with my aunt and cousin to this party, and we were taken on a sledge with a horse pulling the sledge. We sat on the sledge and we went along through the rain and, mist or whatever it was, and I well remember as we approached the house we could hear music. There was violins and accordions, and but I could see the lights on the door, front door, shining out through the mist as we went up to there. So the answer to that question is they had parties. They got up quite a number of parties. Parties were fairly frequent. And house parties, groups. And they were very frequent, just impromptu gatherings. There might be a boy or two might be visiting his mate, or he might be visiting his girlfriend, or there might be 3 or 4 visitors at the one time, and they get together around a piano. They pretty well all of them had a piano or an accordion, and the big sing-song in the evening.
And let's take a push. I'll take you up the country and show you the bush. I'll be bound such a chance you won't get another day. So roll up and take possession of the old bullock dray. So roll up and take possession of the old bullock dray.
What was the village like at that time, Mrs. Dodd?
The store had the butcher shop adjoining the store. It was all the general store, the butcher shop, and the grain room
Yes.
were all one big building.
Yes.
And people did buy chaff and grain and all those sort of things in
Yes.
those days.
Yes.
And they had a cat that caught 5 mice.
Yes.
It would hold one down, catch another one,
Good enough.
hold that down, catch another one, and at one time we counted 5 mice that cat had all at once.
That's a remarkable cat. Incredible. It didn't have a slaughter yard there too or something?
Never in the township.
No.
There was a slaughter yard, which I never saw. No. Yes, on Ridge Road.
Evelyn and Mona, what did people do for a living in Olinda when you were girls?
Well, there weren't very many families, were there, Evelyn? I mean, everybody knew everybody else. It wasn't like it is now.
Single source of employment because they had about 5, 6, 7 gardeners.
That's right.
Their garden's beautiful.
And the rest was shops
And on the land.